Hello everyone, it's Creepy Nee and Tina.
Hi.
Welcome to the channel. We trust that everybody's having a wonderful day and that you guys are in the best of health.
Yes, with health as always being most important. So moving on to our little refresher courses, I would say, on thinking about moving abroad and things that you need to do. Today, let's cover things that they should know. Because like I always say, it's better to be safe than sorry. Know before you go. And who better to tell you what not to do than some people that have done some stuff wrong.
There you go. Made some mistakes along the way.
And, stuff we've heard that other people have done.
Right.
Because sometimes I hear things and go, wow, I'm glad that wasn't me. So, first thing we want to talk about is cell service and internet speed. Now, coming from the US, I think I probably am guilty of, I took that for granted. I figured that, I've always had pretty decent cell service, internet speed, depending on what I pay for, I get it. And I really didn't have much to complain about. But when we went to the DR, I used to always complain that the cell service was real spotty if we weren't in like Santiago or Santo Domingo.
Exactly.
We went to other little small places and it was horrible. I used to be
yes, it was.
No service, and internet speeds were always slow. Now, I thought that would be better here because we do have faster internet.
Yeah, we do.
But what we found here was if your building is not equipped to get like fiber optic, you don't have it. Luckily, this is a newer building. They put a lot of money into this building because sometimes it's not even age, it's how much money did they put into wherever you're going to stay. And I think this is applicable to most countries. You might not always have fiber optic just because it's a new building. The owner has to actually put in the fiber optic system into the building for everyone. Because when we went to the DR, they didn't even have certain cable companies.
And you definitely want to have that. If you relocate and you go somewhere else, you want to make sure that you got good, especially if you're a nomad or something, you're going to another country, you work online, your whole life lives online.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you got fiber optic because that's going to really help you. We made a big mistakes and some things that we just didn't know. Moving from one place to another in Santiago, one place they didn't even think about having a fiber optic. The next place they didn't have it neither, but we had to go with another company that was pretty close to it and was able to still handle our business. But don't take it for granted that every building that you go into or every place that you rent from, that they're going to have fiber optic, because sometimes that's not always true.
Yeah, and luckily he was asking those questions because I was kind of focused sometimes on asking other things. So that's something you definitely want to always ask, because it's better, you said, better to ask the question than to not know and assume. And then we're screwed. And
then you don't know what's going on. Then before you know it, you start using the internet, and you be like, "Wow, what in the world happened?"
Yeah, you feel like you have dial-up. You're like, "This is taking forever." Another thing, and I stress this, but he keeps on telling you guys, just use your translator. Learn the language. I know that learning languages are not easy, but there are certain things you just need to know before you go. And I use the example all the time. The signs for bathrooms are different from country to country. If you don't at least know how to say man or woman when they have the H and the M on the door, you're going to go through the M door thinking, oh, that's for the men. And it's not. You're going to walk in on in the women's. Also, there are a lot of unisex bathrooms out here in Europe.
Sure is.
And the whole family goes in. So you want to make sure that you're reading the sign right, and that WC means bathroom out here. It doesn't mean baño. Baño is, in the DR.
In the DR, yeah.
Doors, push or pull. Do not enter. Like, don't use this door. Little things like that. People just think that, I don't need to know the language until you run right into a door, bang, because you didn't read. Other thing is all the utilities and the government offices run at their own pace.
Right.
You're not going to make them go any quicker. So whether it's sorting out your residency papers, getting utilities turned on, your visas, whatever, negotiating rent, setting up your bank account, anything that you try to do in the US, you expect it to be done yesterday. Like, I want this canceled. I want this turned on. I want this. And you expect that they're going to move at your pace. But they are going to move at the pace that they are used to. And whatever ways they have to go about anything, So you might have a little wait, and it might not be simple, and it might not just take one visit or one phone call. It might take a few, and you just have to take a deep breath and say, okay. Because I don't. I go and yell.
Unless you have a good landlord that's going to leave everything in place, you just move right in and start taking over payments from where he left off at. That's a good deal. But if that don't happen like that, and he takes everything, and you don't have the modem or nothing, and then you got to start from scratch. And you got to wait until they put you on the schedule to be able to hook you up and make sure your business is handled properly.
And a huge part of moving abroad is integrating into the new country.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right?
Yeah.
That's your favorite thing. That's his favorite thing.
That's my favorite.
So things that people don't realize is you could buy clothes and bath products in your new country.
Right.
Like in here you can find, in fact, I find even better hair products and makeup from Europe than I've ever bought from the United States. So sometimes you don't want to waste all your luggage space carrying Levi, jeans, because you just got to have Levi's. They sell Levi's here. Right. You can buy, you don't have to bring all your jeans, all your hair products, all that stuff. You can get it out here. It's just, you got to give yourself a little grace and time to find those things and to find the deals and find what best works for you, just like you did when you were in the U.S.
Right.
You didn't magically go into the first store ever and just only buy that through that store. You found stores, you enjoyed their products, and you went to, and you will do the same thing here. And another thing with integration is that kids are everywhere.
Right, all over the place.
Right. There are, but there's not a lot of bars per se. So when you want to go for a drink, you don't say to your friends, meet me at this bar. You're meeting them at a cafe. You're meeting them at a bakery.
Oh, pizza joint?
Yeah, you're meeting them at a restaurant.
Bus station.
Because all of these places all serve alcohol. And they also cater to families. So like we took friends and we went over by the beach to go, and I wanted a coffee. The guys wanted beer. The wife wanted a wine. And we walked in and there was kids running around, and they're just like, why is there kids around this bar? And I'm like, first off, this is not a bar, it's a cafe.
It's a cafe, and the kids are there.
Even though there's a full bar right there, because it had a full bar and a full menu, I was like, this is a cafe, and kids are everywhere. So that's something else that you kind of got to go. And remember that the drinking age out here is 18. So if you're moving to Europe, Portugal, whatever, you're going to see 18-year-olds sitting back, and they're not rowdy. They're not, most of them are pretty decent. They smoke a lot.
Yeah, they smoke a whole lot. The whole country smokes a lot.
That's another thing when you're integrating. And that with the drinking, also food is different, right? So food shopping is going to be something that has to be mastered. It's not going to be like you got to learn where things are in the store. Like we get a lot of people that are like, how do I find milk and eggs? They're not in the refrigerated section because they're not pasteurized. They're on the aisles. And then you're looking like we were looking for honey, and I was like, oh, I feel like you'd go to condiments. Well, no, it's over by the tea. Because here, they drink honey with their tea. And their biscuits are by the honey because they drink it with their tea.
Right.
So it's like you got to look and really learn and master. I feel like I have mastered our grocery stores and markets now, just thinking like a European.
And Tina, I kind of wish, everything that we're talking about right now, everything we're covering, I kind of wish that there was some kind of consultation that people can get when they come out here, and they can get on the phone, or they can ask some questions. How do I find this? How do I get this? I can't find this out here. I can't find it. Because a lot of things that are out here, but it's not like name brand, but it's pretty close to the same stuff you use in the States.
It's actually better sometimes. And a consultation service, wow, I wonder if anybody has something like that.
Yes, me too. I kind of wonder, wow.
I think somebody does.
That's that would save you a lot of headaches and perks, the inside stories, what to do, what not to do, even shipping, all this stuff, the myths, the stuff, what to do, what not to do, what to bring, what not to bring. All this information we have right here on this channel.
Yes. And with that, the next point is you are allowed to have a big, complex range of emotions. Remember, you are kind of straddling two different worlds, where you came from and where you're going. And sometimes they are going to collide. Yes. And I would be lying if I said, oh, you're going to love everything about moving. You're going to love everything about the experience. You're not. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to do what I do. Walk outside of a building and scream and yell and curse. And then you're going to find a solution. You're going to take a deep breath and exhale and realize, okay, I can do this. So that's why I say moving abroad kind of forces you to become responsible. It forces you to have respect, and above all, to appreciate the people and the world around you, because now you are around whole new people that think differently, that live differently, and you gain an appreciation for some of those things, and some of those things might frustrate you.
Right.
And it's okay, because in the end, integration will help that process, and it helps you to grow. And when you grow, it's growing pains.
Right.
Don't you think?
It's definitely growing pains, especially if you leave, you leave your environment of the United States and you go to other countries. And again, I would like to say this right now. Congratulations to all of you that made that transition and you moved to other countries that are watching our channel. I applaud you.
Yes. Congratulations,
because I know you're living a lot better life outside that box than you was in the good old Uncle Sam US of A.
Yep, exactly.
So congratulations once again. Enjoy. Be safe. So in the meantime, between the time, always remember that life is to be enjoyed.
Yes, and as always, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Make sure to give this and all videos a thumbs up, because it helps us to bring you great content. And if you haven't, hit that bell, because that bell will notify you when we give you these gems and videos like this.
Till next video, peace.